Well, hello everybody. Welcome on into the channel. We are so happy that you're here. Today we're going to talk about one of the best restaurants in Leucadia. And you know, Encinitas has some fabulous restaurants. Leucadia has some fabulous restaurants. But our quest, our purpose, is to find some of the best restaurants. So that's what we're trying to do here. And you know what? Stick with us until the end, because that's where we will reveal what was our best course. And it's kind of surprising in this particular situation. So you know what? Come on down. Come have a meal with us. I think you're going to enjoy it. You know, my wife and I, well, we're self-proclaimed foodies. I mean, that's really what we are. We just love to go out to a restaurant and have a meal. So what we're all about here on this channel is to bring you reviews of some of the best restaurants in San Diego County and beyond. It was Mother's Day 2024, and we had decided that we were going to go to a restaurant in Leucadia. And we decided on Vigilucci's. Now, Mr. Vigilucci owns 3 restaurants, at least as far as I know. Maybe he owns more, but at least 3. 2 are in Carlsbad. One is, let me get this right, Cucina Italiana in downtown Carlsbad on State Street. And the other one is a seafood and steakhouse overlooking the ocean, really, on Tamarack. And then the third one, which we went to, Trattoria Italiana in Leucadia. It's on the 101, about halfway between Leucadia Boulevard and Encinitas Boulevard. Now, they describe themselves as homemade pasta dishes, prime steaks, and fresh seafood. We have been to the Trattoria many times over the last 5, 10, 15 years, I guess. And we keep on going back, and you know, that probably says it all. But not on this trip. It was probably not their best, and I'm sure that was attributable to Mother's Day weekend. And remember, we're foodies. Foodies are probably going to be more critical than non-foodies, so you know, take that into consideration. Because all in all, it was quite good. It really was. But let's get into the details. So we showed up at about 6 p.m. Parking, and this was actually Saturday night. It wasn't really Mother's Day. We've learned our lesson from past experiences. It's just too crowded on Mother's Day. So we decided to do Saturday night instead. You know, Saturday night, 6 p.m. in Leucadia, parking is difficult. That's just the way it is. Probably the same as 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., I guess, all night. Certainly in comparison to 3 o'clock in the afternoon or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. But Vigilucci's has a parking lot in back. So we parked back there. They have a valet back there to keep an eye on your car. Is driving the car 3 feet from where you drop it off to the parking space. I'm exaggerating slightly. You know, that's not really the purpose. But, you know, he's watching over everything. And that's kind of I guess, a comforting feeling. So you walk from, you know, in back there, up to the front, and then into the restaurant, into their entrance. And I guess if you have difficulty walking, then you would be dropped off in front, and you know, then everybody else would park in back and join you. So when we got in, it was already quite crowded. Remember, this is 6 p.m., not even 7 or 7:30. So it was already quite crowded. But we had reservations, and they sat us at our table really quite quickly. We had requested to be sat in the patio and back, and the patio is delightful. When it's cold, they have outdoor heaters to keep you warm, and when it's hot, you know, it's kind of nice to be outside. So we started with wine, as I guess foodies do. So that was our drinks, I guess, were wine, and they presented us with the menu. The menu was kind of a cut-down menu. It was all from the regular menu, but just less choices. And I guess they probably did that so that they wouldn't be overwhelmed on Mother's Day weekend, and you know, they could less things for the kitchen to prepare. They could get things out quicker. And they did. The service was excellent. The waiter was excellent. All just wonderful. Okay, so what did we order? Well, we started off with an appetizer. I'm going to have to read this because I will never remember it. Carciofini al forno, oven-roasted artichoke hearts filled stuffed with Parmigiano, parsley, garlic, and mozzarella. It was spectacular. Now the usual, because remember all this came from the regular menu, the usual would be a half artichoke. This was, or cut in half. This was a whole one. And again, just to be able to get it out quicker, I imagine. It was just absolutely delicious. We followed that up with minestrone soup. It was good. It wasn't great, but it was good. But both were very colorful. The presentation was delightful, and couldn't have been happier with that artichoke. It was just, I'm going to say it again, spectacular. Next, we ordered our entree, and that was linguine alla Luciana, jumbo prawns and calamari sautéed in a white wine sauce and garlic, all served in a zesty tomato sauce. Now, I was really looking forward to this because I love calamari. I can't have it fried, but if it's prepared any other way, then I just love it. My wife and I, we share a lot of the dishes. Actually, typically we share. And we both agreed that the zest just wasn't there. There was no pizzazz, as one of the celebrity chefs would say. The flavor wasn't there. So we told the waiter, and there was no pushback at all. And interestingly, he did not have to go to the manager to get authority to replace it. He just took care of it. He said, "Would you like something else?" And we said yes. Now, if you're enjoying this review, please hit the like button and subscribe, as it really does help out the channel. If you hit the like button, YouTube then just serves it up to more YouTube viewers so that they can enjoy these reviews also. And subscribing is no risk to you whatsoever. Zero. There's no cost to it. All it does is create an easy way for you to see the next review that we post, because it's in your subscription list. You can unsubscribe at any time. So again, no risk to you, but all of that does help out the channel, and we really, really appreciate it. So what we ordered to replace the calamari that wasn't all that good, we ordered pollo parmigiana, pounded chicken breast, breaded and topped with mozzarella and marinara sauce and spaghetti. It was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. And what Vigilucci's typically does on most of their plates is they serve seasonal vegetables, so it changes with the season, but they tie them in a very pretty arrangement so that it aids the presentation and just kind of puts the finishing touch on the preparation and what they're presenting to you. All right, so comment below if you've been to this restaurant, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. Let us know what other restaurants you do like, because that'll give us an idea of what other restaurants you're interested in and which ones perhaps we should review. So the comments can be quite helpful. We'd really appreciate that. So what was our favorite dish overall? Well, if you haven't already guessed, it was obviously the artichoke. I mean, that was, it was fantastic. Probably the best appetizer I've ever had. So that wins hands down over all the others. So before we get to the final opinion as to this restaurant, let me just give you a short advertisement. As some of you probably know, I'm an attorney. If the title of or the name of the channel didn't give it away, the Traveling Foodie Attorney, I'm not quite sure what else would. But we do two things. We do traditional estate planning, so that would be wills and trusts. Someone passes away, tie up the loose ends, probate, not probate, and whether you have a living trust or you don't, there's always loose ends to tie up, always. We do powers of attorney. The other thing that we do is what we call elder law, and for us, elder law is someone needs assisted living, skilled nursing, in-home care, and how do you pay for it? So we're the guys that you come to talk to figure out how to do that. And most of you know, I imagine, that that kind of care can be very, very expensive. So if we can get government benefits to pay for part of it, that would be great. If we can get government benefits to pay for all of it, well, that would be, so much better. So that's the types of things that we do. If you have a problem in those areas, please feel free to call us at 760-436-8832, and we will see how we can help you. Thank you. Okay, so what about this restaurant? Would I return to it? Absolutely, positively. This is very return worthy. It wasn't their best day, I'll grant you that, but it was still very, very good. So yeah, we would return to it. I like this restaurant a whole lot. So remember, never another bad meal ever.